You know, a lot of folks stop at truck stops. They just naturally think they should. Cause they figure any place a truck driver eats, the food's just got to be good. So they go in there amongst all them truck drivers, sitting around talking low. They're talking about women and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. There's the little old place out on 66 where a lot of the drivers stop and get their kicks. A reckless eyeball and this waitress they got called Flo. There's always a bunch in here hanging out, cutting up and talking about how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. What's the wonder a feller can sit down and eat is how many eggs or is bread and meat with a good-looking woman like that around and on the go. First thing you know, you get to fidgeting and fussing and nudging one another instead of discussing how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. Well, old Flo, she just takes it all in stride and swells all up with her woman pride. She's tickled plumb pink you come in to see the show. She throws a little old extra wiggle in that walk and you just sit there and grin and talk about homemade loving and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. I can't explain how it makes you feel, but you tip her $5 on a $2 meal. Get yourself together and start heading out kind of slow. While you're pushing that diesel on down the line, you get to thinking about your woman you left behind, and how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that, and how fast them trucks will go.
In a big long diesel truck. It was his first trip to Boston. He was having lots of luck. He was going the wrong direction down a one-way street in town. And this is what he said when the police chased him down. Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around. When he finally found where to unload, he had a dreadful shock. His trailer pointed toward the road and his cab right to the dock. And as he looked around him, through his tears he made this sound. Oh, give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around. When he finally got unloaded, he was glad to leave the town. He was very, very happy going back to Alabama. When up ahead he saw a sign said, "You are northward bound." He said, "Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around." Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around. He was driving down the right lane when ahead he saw a sign, and he had to make a left turn, but he could not get in line. And the tears were streaming down his cheeks, and they all heard him yell, "Give me 40 sticks of dynamite, I'll blow this thing to give me 40 acres, and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found." Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around.
Those hard-driving truckers here jamming day and night have got a real tough job to stand up to. Eyeballing down a highway in a big long diesel rig is not a job just anyone can do. But there's a lot of credit due to a fine group of girls. They're the truckers' wives who wait for their men. When they kiss them goodbye and watch the taillights fade, it's a lonely wait until they're home again. He may be gone 3 days or maybe 2 weeks, and everything is left in her care. Like paying bills and cutting grass and fixing kids their meals, she's the woman behind the man behind the wheel. This special breed of woman has to share a love affair with that long stretch of highway on his mind. But she knows that he loves her more than anything. She's a trucker's wife, and that's the greatest kind. And as he sips his coffee, you can bet she's on his mind. Oh, when he's driving down that highway all alone, and that sleeper sure gets lonely, parked at a big truck stop, compared to being in her arms at home. Now we've sung songs and praises about the trucking man, and they're true, but let's save one little spiel for all the truckers' wives, because after all, she's the woman behind the man behind the wheel. She's the woman behind the man behind the wheel.
Painted across the bumper of a